completed an arrest warrant for Hilda Vasquez, the mother of 12-year-old Bryan Vasquez, who was found in the area by the water 12 days ago, 12 days after 12 days of being missing. This arrest warrant the charges are going to be negligent homicide and second degree neglect of a child. One of the things I want to do before I turn it over to Chief Gernon is to thank all our partners involved in this and the community, our federal, state, local, the Cajun Navy who worked so diligently, and all our NOPD officers who were able to conduct this search and finally locate Bryan. This has been a tragic event. We wish the outcome would have been a better outcome. We are sorry that it occurred. You know, we feel bad for the community. We feel bad for Bryan's family in more ways than one, and also on our own officers and all our agents that helped, as this was a very, very emotional case for them and very difficult to go through this. So any questions you have, I'll try to answer.
First, repeat the charges and just explain the charges.
I'm sorry. It's second-degree cruelty to a juvenile, and we have negligent homicide.
And then I know the mother, Hilda, she had a previous criminal history with a child abuse conviction back in 2014. Do you believe that maybe this is connected to that, any child abuse?
That is still under investigation, and we're not prepared to speak about that yet.
All right. The family spokesperson originally said he escaped from his bedroom window in the middle of the night. Is that information still accurate?
We believe it is, yes.
I know that Hilda's phone was taken maybe a week or two ago for NOPD's investigation. Was there any information there that led to this arrest, or was it separate from the phone search?
We're not prepared to speak on that yet.
And then my question was, like, what made you all start investigating the mother? Was it based on the previous conviction that she had, or just normal protocol for NOPD to investigate all outlets?
Well, it is protocol if the child is missing, to at least look at the parents and see where they were at the time, or any weird circumstances. With Bryan's case, it would have not been unusual to do that. So that particular incident didn't lead to that. It was numerous factors that we looked into.
Yeah. So one of the more important things about this is that it was not this tragic event that occurred in August that led to these charges. It was a pattern of abuse and neglect that occurred throughout his entire 12 years of his life. So going back to the conviction from when he was 3 months old and he had a broken leg, a collapsed lung, a fractured skull, all the way through a lot of the other reports that we have documented over the years of both neglect and abuse on Bryan, that's what led us to this point, right? So, you know, this is a tragedy. It certainly is, but it was a preventable tragedy, and we feel like, the neglect and abuse that Bryan suffered led us to this point.
Could you talk about how it's a little more disheartening too, especially because he was special needs? The community spokesperson said that they had recently moved to that house and there were not locks on their windows. Yeah. Do you think that information is accurate?
Yeah, so that is accurate, and that's part of the investigation. That's some of the facts that we uncovered, that there was not sufficient steps taken to keep Bryan safe. And then there was also just a series of neglect, even leading up to the morning that he went missing. In the warrant that we've laid out a lot of this to a magistrate commissioner who signed it earlier today, it wasn't just this one instance of him getting out. We know of at least 2 other instances in the 2 weeks leading up to his disappearance where he got out, and where there were not steps taken to make sure that did not happen again. And there were also not steps taken to just check on him throughout the course of the night on the morning that he went missing. So we think that all of these come together to show that there is what we would call criminal negligence, and thus leading to this arrest.
My last question, in case I missed anything else, I know there was the controversy about NOPD response time,
yeah.
but a lot of people online pointing out that there was maybe a couple-hour discrepancy between when the mother reported it to police,
Yeah,
and when he originally went missing.
Yeah,
on that?
so that's a good point, and that is contained within the warrant, that we know that there was several hours where she wasn't checking on her son, her special needs son, to see if he was doing okay before she didn't discover him missing, before Brian's younger sister discovered him missing. So all of that goes towards this cause for negligence.
What are next steps? Are there any other charges going towards anybody else involved, possibly?
Yeah, so obviously right now, without making an arrest on anybody, we're not going to discuss whether there might be other individuals that we're looking at. But we will continue this investigation. This doesn't stop here with the arrest of Ms. Vasquez. We're going to look at everybody else that was involved in this matter and see if there are any other individuals that we need to be holding accountable for this. Thank you so much.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
One other thing, Chief Bryan, how important is it for citizens to contact Crime Stoppers and continue to give information if they have any information relevant to this case?
Yeah. So we have gotten a number of Crime Stoppers tips. They have been very helpful, and we've gotten a number of individuals that have just contacted NOPD's Child Abuse Unit directly to give us information about Bryan's situation, about some of the things that he was going through. So if those individuals out there that have information, please feel free to call us, because it puts together a more complete picture for us to understand what led to this. Because it wasn't the moment that he disappeared that caused today's arrest. It was the pattern and series of neglect and abuse occurring pretty much from the time that he was 3 months old. Thank you.